This video will go over the syllabus and schedule for this course. Whenever you start a new course, you always want to go over the syllabus. So let's go over to the syllabus schedule button. And here you will see the syllabus for this course, and you will see the CWI institutional syllabus. I won't be going over the CWI institutional syllabus. You've probably covered that in other courses if you've taken other courses at CWI, but make sure you read it because I have a quiz that covers both of these syllabi, and yes, I will be asking questions about this. But let's go over this one. Also, I'm going to go over how to deal with embedded documents in this version of Blackboard. You may or may not be familiar with this part. If you're familiar with it, bear with me. So if you want to download a copy or print it off, you click on this little button down here. Then when you want to get rid of that menu, there it is. You can click on the document itself, and using the down arrow or the up arrow, you can scroll through it. Now, if you want to open this up in a new window, you click on this and there it is. So, since this is a video and it's probably easier for you to see this, let's go ahead and stick to this big copy of it. Here's all of my contact information. My office hours this semester are Monday 10 through 12, except for June 16th. I'm going to be unavailable on that day, but I'll make it up later on in the week. Here we talk about how the syllabus is a contract. In other words, you're bound by it whether you read it or not. I also have a welcome and something about microbiology and me. Well, here's the information about me. I'll leave you to read that on your own. Here is the course description for the course. In other words, basically what you're going to get out of this course. Now, here's an important part. To receive credit for this course, you must be officially registered for both a lecture section and a lab section. So even though this is an online lecture, you have to be registered for the face-to-face lab, which meets Tuesday, Thursdays. If you have not registered for a lab by the end of the first week, I'm afraid I have to drop you. I'm required to do that by the department. Also, you can't pass the course without the points from the lab. So make sure you're registered. Here is a basic course schedule. One of the important things is you should be planning on spending 12 to 16 hours a week on this lecture and lab. Usually during the summer it's more than that. Just be aware of that. The online lecture requires frequent online participation, sometimes 5 of 7 days. Actually, since it's summer, it's probably going to be 6 of 7 days. Here are some important dates when the courses begin. Last day to add without permission, which is basically the day after the course starts. Last day to drop without a W is at the end of this week on Friday. We do have Independence Day off. I don't have anything assigned on that day. Last day to drop with a W is the 11th of July. Now, because it's summer semester, finals week isn't really a week. It's 3 days. But I do allow you those 3 days. Here are the objectives for the course. Basically, this is what we want you to get out of the lecture. And I will be keeping those in mind with my assignments and with quizzes and with exams and all of that fun stuff. I have this part in the welcome announcement, but you will want to go through this because you've got to have all of these supplies. Communication. The best way to communicate with me this summer is either through email, the Ask a Question forum, which I will be showing you after I get done with the syllabus and the schedule, and through the announcement tool. The announcement tool is kind of one way, but the email and the Ask a Question forum is back and forth between you and me. And I will be checking both of them at least once a day, Monday through Friday. Usually I'll be checking it on Saturday, but you never know. Let's see, assignments given through Connect and LearnSmart give automatic feedback. Also, there's optional quizzes and different things that are automatically graded. Now, if they're hand-graded assignments, generally I take a week to grade them. Since this is summer, I'm going to try to get them done in 3 days. But sometimes they take me a little bit longer, just because I have to actually read through them, think about them, all of that fun stuff. But you should see grades within a week. Discussion boards. We have several discussion boards. For this course, I use discussion boards as group work. In my face-to-face lectures, I have a lot of group work. This is a way to do it online. I want you to discuss the material with each other. That's where you'll get the best benefit. Hopefully it will be of use to you to be able to discuss the material in the discussion board. Now, for the Ask a Question form, I will get back to you on that within 48 hours, Monday through Friday. I'll be checking it frequently. Email. Make sure you email me through your CWI email. If you email me through another email, and that usually means you're not checking your CW email, and you're probably not getting announcements and different things. So make sure you use your CWI email. I will respond to your email within 48 hours during Monday through Friday. Absences, late assignments, I'll let you go ahead and read through that. I'll let you read through the social networking. In other words, don't be offended if I don't accept a friend request. It's not that I don't like you, it's just I don't do Facebook. I also don't do LinkedIn. Yes, I am a dinosaur. Okay, netiquette. Netiquette is important. We need to be nice. We need this to be a pleasant experience for everybody involved. So I will be keeping an eye on all of the discussion boards, and I will be making sure everybody plays nice. Now, if you do any flaming, in other words, that's mean, nasty emails, profanity, or personal attacks, then you will get a 0 for that assignment, and it may result in failure for the course. But none of us are going to do any of that, are we? No! Here is the portion on academic honesty. I'll leave you to read through that, but make sure you are aware that cheating will not be tolerated. Time and pace considerations. This online course is not really self-paced. You can work ahead on everything except for the critical thinking discussion boards, but you can't turn in late work. You've got to keep up the pace, especially during the summer. This is vital. Makeups or late assignments are not accepted. I do have some makeup points built in because I know life happens. Your computer blows up, you lose everything, and you got to start over. Like I said, I've got some makeup points built into that. I also have some extra credit built in to take care of those kinds of things. Testing policies, let's go over that. Even though this is an online course, all of the tests are proctored. That means somebody has to be there to make sure that you're not looking up the answers on Google. So you will be taking the tests on Blackboard in one of the testing and assessment centers. There's one at Ada County campus and one in the Micron building. And you have to take the exams during the week the exam is scheduled. Now, because of summer, the exams are going to start coming really fast. So be aware of that. Currently, the testing center is trying out a new program, and you guys get to try it out. It's going to be an online scheduling thing where you go in and you sign up for a spot, and you can do that one day ahead. Personally, if it were me, I'd take a look at the schedule, decide which days are going to be convenient for you to take the exams, and schedule them now. That way, you won't have to worry about there not being any spaces when you're available. Now, there are some reasons that I will allow makeup exams. Military service, civic service such as jury duty, or work conflicts if you alert me in advance. Although, since you know when the exams are coming, I'm hoping that that won't happen. Now, I only allow one makeup exam for any reason. If you miss an exam because you were ill for the entire week, or somebody in your family or somebody you take care of was ill for an entire week, I suggest you drop the course and recover stress-free. Of course, it is entirely up to you. Now for the final, and only the final. I allow 2 11 by 8.5 sheets, that's the normal size sheet, not the legal size, of notes. Now that's only for the final exam. You can't take any notes in for the 4 unit exams. But because the final exam is comprehensive and it's a lot of questions, I do allow you notes for that. Okay, I talked about extra credit, attendance. Attendance is defined as failing to submit all the assessments each week. So keep that in mind. Lab attendance, because you have a face-to-face lab, you have to be there. And this is the department policy. We realize life happens and you can miss 2 days of laboratory activities without penalty. Upon the 3rd missed day, you will be penalized 5% of the total points offered for the lecture and lab combination. That's 50 points, folks. Don't do it. If it were me, I would save those up and not use those 2 allowed days. Now, I mentioned laboratory safety because that is vitally important. We don't want anybody to get hurt or sick in the course of taking the lab. So make sure you read through the lab safety document, which is posted by your lab instructor. Record keeping. Okay, make sure that you take a look at my grades so that you can see what the grade is posted. If you have any questions, you need to get back to me within a week. Okay. Grading policy. Now I've got a more detailed grading document that is posted under this button. Here's a brief summary of how things are broken down. The exams, including the final exams, add up to 400 points. The various assignments add up to 350 points. The lab will be 250 points. That adds up to 1,000, which makes the points breakdown very easy. Now, there's always a question about partial points. Yeah, I'll round up, even if it's 0.1. I figure you earned it. I do offer extra credit, but I only offer 3.5% or 35 points. That's half the points of a midterm exam. So if you do poorly on an exam, you can have the extra credit to make up one of them. I don't allow you enough extra credit to make up a whole bunch of exams that you've done poorly on. I do not calculate the grades until the finals are entered and enter the grade book. Okay. In Blackboard, toward the end of the semester, I will include a column, and I'll move it to the front next to your name, where I post the letter grade so that you can take a look at it before I post it officially. That way you can let me know if there's problems with it. And, please do let me know if you have any questions. Okay, calendar and schedule. I also will have this in a separate document so you don't have to scroll down to the bottom of the syllabus. But I also put it in the syllabus so that you have it there. Here are the overhead view of the due dates. You've got stuff due on Mondays, Thursdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. Yeah, gotta love summer. This daily schedule, I hope you find to be very useful. I've got the semester broken down by week. I've got alternating colors so it's easy to see what's going on. The first of this week we have introductory stuff. We've got the icebreaker activity. It's a discussion board. You will be posting either a video of yourself, a PowerPoint, or an essay with the PowerPoint and the essay. I want pictures of you going over the questions that I want you to address that are in the directions for the icebreaker activity. The first post is due on Tuesday, June the 3rd. That's coming up really quick. Then you need to comment on other people's posts. In other words, I want you to get to know each other. This is a way to do this online. Then you'll notice on Wednesday, I have some assignments due. Now the ones that are bolded are required. They're built into the points for the assignments. These that are in italics and non-bolded, these are makeup or extra credit opportunities. In other words, if you missed points on an assignment, you can do these extra credit makeup points to make up those points. If you have any questions on how that works, let me know. I have the topic material broken into units, and the units are the equivalent of exams. So here I've got in blue that midweek we're going to start Unit 1, and it's going to cover chapters 1, 3, and 5. We're skipping chapter 2. So here are the things that are due halfway through the week. Now here's week 2. It's in blue. You can see I've got bolded, italics, optional. Now down here in the darker yellow, that's the first exam. So on the full-blown document, I have an explanation for the asterisk here. So make sure on June 16th through the 20th that you schedule time to take that first exam. Now while you're taking that first exam, we're still going to be covering new material. So we're starting Unit 2. And so on down through the semester. Now, like I said, I will have this in a separate document, so you can just go to course, so you can go to syllabus schedule, just click on that, there it is. You can see exactly what you need to do for the week. And then here's the syllabus addendum. Alright, so let's go ahead and close this puppy out and go back to Blackboard. So that's it for the syllabus and the schedule. Like I said, I am willing to answer questions, so let me know if you have any questions. If it's more of a private question, go ahead and email me. But you can go to the Ask a Question discussion board, because if you have a question, probably everybody else has. So let's go to Assignments, and let's click on Semester Information, which is where you're going to find the Ask the Instructor discussion board. I have another video on how to use discussion boards, but that's where you're going to find it. If you find broken links or videos that aren't loaded or anything else like that, I have that under what I call building code violations. Now under this tab, I have all sorts of good stuff, like why you should start studying for exam 1 now. I have a video on how to study for my exams, actually any exam in general, how to figure out your grade at any time, and oh look, here are the study guides. That would be a good thing to take a look at. I'll also be reposting the study guides under course documents so that you can find them. Now that you've watched the videos on how I've set up Blackboard, you've watched this video on the syllabus and schedule, now it's time to click on Assignments. I want you to go to week 1. Underneath Introductory Assignments, I have the Icebreaker discussion board, which I talked about. Make sure you start that immediately. I also have an intro quiz. Make sure you take that. That's basically my way of making sure that you watched these videos. And then, of course, there is an extra credit optional reflective writing. Then once you do these assignments, go ahead and start on chapter 1. The sooner you get them started, the sooner you'll be done.